and we are on the air.
Well, the Department of Justice has found that the Louisville, Kentucky Police Department engaged in a pattern of violating constitutional rights. Its investigation started after the death of Breonna Taylor, who was killed after officers burst into her home. So for more on this, I want to bring in Kirk Burkhalter. He is a professor at the New York Law School and director of the 21st Century Policing Project. Thanks for joining us. Let us get into this, because when I heard the press conference with the AG Garland yesterday, I thought, what are they doing right? Because it seemed like there were so many violations. And what the Justice Department was looking for was a pattern of discriminatory behavior, not a few bad apples. Tell us what, a pattern looks like.
Well, good morning, Anne-Marie.
Okay,
you hit the nail right on the head.
I'm going to stop it right here. I'm doing this as Kerry reporter, Louisville's watchdog on injustice towards blacks. I'm Louisville's watchdog. Been tired, sleepy, been up all night. It's 8-something in the morning, but I've been recording since 4. Well, this case is on the reason why I had so many guns in my home, the abuse of power from Thomas Swine and Mayor Fisher and the judge, Angela Biscuit McCormick or whatever, Biscuit McCormick. She allowed Thomas Wine to abuse of his power. And even though he said that he was biased against me, she allowed him to proceed with this gun case. So in my 15 years of incarceration on a murder case that ended up in a $7.5 million settlement, I wrote letters to say that Thomas Wine is biased. He's a racial profiler. He doesn't need to be he's deceased now, but then he didn't need to be in the office. And Louisville Metro government failed to protect me. That's my claim. Let's look at this research.
Between a pattern and one or two folks misbehaving. A pattern is just a systematic behavior. It's a culture in the department. And that's exactly what the Justice Department found. That there was a culture specifically of discrimination against the black members of the community, police using dogs and all types of racial epithets, and a failure of the internal and external oversight mechanisms to even identify and or correct this. So a pattern means basically your department as a whole is somewhat broken, and there are different levels of broken, obviously. But the department in Louisville certainly is broken to a large extent.
So there were a couple of things that jumped out at me. The whole issue with no-knock warrants, which was what had happened with Breonna Taylor. And the other thing, too, was he identified something called the Viper Unit, I think it was called, and it reminded me of the Scorpion Unit in Memphis, Tennessee. And I don't know, I don't know if you can speak to this, but I'm wondering about these specialized units, if this is something that has popped up in other police departments, and are they problematic?
Sure. So starting with the latter, the Viper Unit, they are problematic for many different reasons. And that's not to say that a department cannot create a specialized unit that's effective. But first and foremost, we have to remember that
the issue here is they pattern in practice. So
where the police department is identified, there's high crime. When you think about a high crime community,
and that leads to illegal searches and seizures, like Breonna Taylor's case in my home, based on false information.
In that community.
That's enough research on it.